making a bonfire is something that is innate in the nature of man. Today, let's talk about an easy way of outdoor cooking. Hey guys, welcome to the High Ground. My name is Fabio, and today we're looking at a little bit of different topic. We're looking at outdoor cooking. Now, 3 weeks ago, I published a video where I showed you a new gadget that I have, a certain type of grill. And I promised you that I will do a little review on it. And yeah, that's the case of today's video. So I had the possibility to sleep outside and get to use it. And we're pretty impressed by what it can do, given that it is really a small budget solution. Now I'm here out in the woods. I will light a small fire. As you can see, this is actually a place where you can light a fire. We have to be a little bit careful. It's very late in summer now and everything is super dry. So I'm going with the public fire spots. And yeah, so let's briefly go through what I brought. I mean, I brought my silky big boy saw just because we need some wood. I don't want to light a giant fire, but still, I brought a knife, my Mora knife. Then I brought the little grill itself, and you can already see what a small package this is. And then I brought a little bit of stuff to start a fire. I didn't know how dry the wood would be that I will be able to find, so I brought a little bit of wood, but the one that I found here is sufficient. And then I brought stuff to start a fire, mainly a fire steel and also some matches. Now, I might try to start a fire with feather sticks. I'm not sure about that yet, so I'm not a big primitive survival guy. I'm more of a outdoor sustainable guy. And this weekend I was actually on a man trekking course, and there was a guy who started or who loves to start fire with just friction drills, with fire bows and all that stuff, and that's very impressive, but that's nothing that I like to do. And to be honest, if you always have to make sure that you have the right material for it, the right wood and stuff, I'm also not sure how really useful it is in an emergency situation, but still really cool skill that I don't have. So I would say, let me show you how I assemble the grill. It's really quick. And then we get started with putting up the fire. So everything that I need is in this little pack here. You can see it's quite small. It fits very well in any backpack. And you can still put it in there without getting everything dirty. So the first thing we have is an aluminum rod. We can just screw it together. And this will be the pole on which the whole grill rests. The ground here is quite dry and hard. We will see if I manage to pound it into it, but I'm fairly confident that this will work. Then we have an more or less arm, some type of leverage, right? I will show you how to put it together a little bit later. And then we actually have the part where you put your food onto. We will also look at that a little bit later. Just put that here. I'd say let's hammer in the pole and then let's try to start the fire. So now, as you can see, here we have the fire pit, and I'll now have the pole somewhere here that will be more than sufficient to reach the fire pit. I don't want to put it in here. Yeah, the ground is, as I said, pretty hard, and I will just see if I can hammer it in here. Just take a piece of wood, because you won't likely bring a hammer, and then yeah, let's go. Okay, that actually worked surprisingly well. I mean, the ground is really hard. I can't really dig into it. So yeah, cool story. Now let's get the fire set up, and yeah, then let's go. I found it a shame that some people just put their rubbish in here. There's a lot of plastic, and I mean, you don't put that in a fireplace, right? That's disgusting. But still, I don't want to eat from it, so I will be able to live with it. Okay, so I prepared all the wood that I need. I have the bigger sticks still over here. I have some very small stuff to, after the feather sticks, or the feather stick starts burning, that's the one here. And to re-emphasize this, I'm really not good at that stuff, right? So I'm just doing this more for your entertainment purposes. The main part is still the grill that I really want to show you. Now, the important thing that I learned, if you go to make a fire with feather sticks, you need to be prepared, because you have to be quite quick with adding fuel, and you have to do it in the right way. So I will prepare everything that I can, so that I just have to put the burning stick in there and can continue with the fire. So means I'm making a little bit of a hole on this side. I really wonder if that will work with my feather stick. So, and then on top of that, I can later layer the bigger sticks. Okay. This is for after the feather stick burns, because it's not big enough for the it's not small enough to already get ignited with sparks. And here I have my knife. And what I will now do is I will just start lighting the feather stick, and as soon as it burns, I will add more tinder to it, and then hopefully get to ignite the rest of the campfire. Well, then let's do that. Okay, so what I like to do is I don't scrap sparks into the feather sticks, but I cinch the feather sticks down with my knife, and then throw sparks over the knife. For me, that just works better. As said, I'm not a professional, but yeah, it worked quite well so far. So let me give it a little bit of a rub here, and then and here we go. Perfect. Let me throw that in here, and here we go. As said, I brought my own tinder that is not that has a little bit of wax on it, so that it burns nicely. But I'm fine with that. For somebody who has no clue how to build a fire, that worked quite well. So, and this is how your knives start looking. So now, since the fire is burning, I can put a little bit of the more natural fuel onto it, starting with the smaller sticks, then getting into the bigger ones. So, like this. As I said, I'm really not good at building fires, but to be honest, it still is a nice thing. Okay, so after we have that somewhat going, let me show you a little trick that I really like if you're lighting a fire, and give me a second to pick that up. Okay, back again. I brought the grill with me, but I also brought something, and this is a really nice tool. It's a little metal straw, and what I do with it is it really enhances your ability to provide the fire with oxygen. I mean, this one is actually burning quite nicely, but you still have a lot more force in your breath if you blow through a straw. And yeah, I really like them, especially if you're working with charcoal or something like that. If you want to reignite embers, this works very well. I mean, you can see the immediate difference it makes, right? So, and since we have that burning quite well, let's put some more wood on top. Oh, that doesn't work too well. And now we're going into the bigger leaks. But I think this is already a fairly stable fire. Like this. Okay, and now since we have this fire burning, getting onto the grill. How it works is you put this part onto the pole, and it just sticks as long as it has an angle. Of course, you can move it like that, and you just put the roast to it, like that. And as you can see, if the fire burns down, I can get a little bit lower. Of course, since this is a fire pit, the fire is already a little bit elevated. I can pull it towards me. I can put it more outwards. And this actually works very well. So I will in a minute show you that I put a canteen on top of it. So just that you get an impression how much weight it actually can hold on to. But let's get the fire a little bit more going. Like that. Perfect. Then let me grab my canteen. So here we have it. And you can see this is a metal canteen. It's an Nalgene. I like that one for bushcraft, and I don't intend to boil the water. What I want to do is just show you that the grill can actually support the weight. Let me take off the lid, because the lid is not fire resistant or heat resistant at all, but the metal body is. And let's put that on top. And as you can see, you can put a metal canteen with completely filled with water on top of this grill. Even with the furthest extension, it will still be able to hold it. And yeah, I find that to be quite nice. So then let's get that off, because the last thing that I want is hot water at these temperatures. Oh, getting warm. Now, why do I show this to you? When a friend of mine and I looked at different ways of outdoor cooking, because you always want to a little bit improve your bushcrafting skills, right? We were looking at several different variants, which were partially really basics, little tripods and all that stuff, that still were already starting at 60 or 70 bucks. And then I came across this, this technique, this way of doing that. And the whole setup costs $15. So it's a really cheap way of cooking outdoors. It's super lightweight. It's handy. You can see it works quite well. And yeah, I wanted to just share that with you. So I have to switch sides because it's getting a little bit smoky over there. And yeah, let's prepare some additional wood. If you're interested on all the knife work, as said, I'm not a specialist, but I actually did a video about that one. I will link it somewhere up here and maybe also in the description below. And that's just very basic knife work to get the wood split. Like that, and then you can put it easier on the fire, and it will burn a little bit better. Let me get my straw again. Now this is the point where it needs a little bit more oxygen, so fantastic tool. Okay, yeah, that's already it for today. This little tool doesn't have a specific brand. I bought it at the Swiss outdoor retailer, like a Swiss Walmart, and I never thought that it would be any good, but I really like it, and I wanted to show it to you. Yeah, I would say that's it for today. If you have any question, please put it in the comments below. As said, I'm really not a professional when it comes to this primitive survival. There are for sure people out there who do a lot better feather sticks, who don't need the tinder from home to do all that stuff. But that's how I do it. I like this one. And yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.